Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 580. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is the upcoming transformation of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. The upcoming transformation of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. You know, in Ecclesiastes 3:1, the Bible speaks of seasons, and it says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." So this verse is often interpreted to mean that there's a specific time and purpose for everything in life, and nothing lasts forever. So today we're going to talk about the upcoming transformation of the BEB show and also why transformation may be good for your business. All right. But before we get to today's show content, let me just share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to give you all of my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to the website, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. Guys, make sure you go to the website. It's revised and revamped. We have all types of free content that are going to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Go to the Learn tab. There's a drop down, and you're going to see all types of content based on whatever you need. So we have scaling your business, mindset and strategy, e-commerce, marketing, everything you need to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Also, for all you first-time listeners, we drop a new episode every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all your major podcast platforms and YouTube. So wherever you're listening to this episode or watching this episode, please hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get ready for today's show content, the upcoming transformation of Black Entrepreneur Blueprint and why you may need to transform your business also. So right now, guys, we're about to go into a new season with Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. You know, I've been doing the podcast for, since 2014, actually. So over 11 years, actually coming up, close to 12 years, pretty much. And 580 episodes as we speak, have not missed a week. So that's a whole lot of content over 11 plus years. It's funny, I was talking to my wife this morning, and I was telling her, because this had been on my mind for probably about a year. And I said, I need to make a transformation. And I just want to let you guys know, I'm not exactly sure what that transformation is yet. But I want to talk about some of the reasons that I am looking to make a transformation with the podcast. And there are multiple reasons. And once again, guys, I don't exactly know what it's going to look like once it's transformed. But here's my thought process. Number one, I want to have more time to work on my book and newsletter. I'm working on a new book right now. And also I'm looking to build my newsletter business up, where I also communicate with different verticals. And entrepreneurship is going to be one of them. So I'm creating a new book and also a new newsletter for entrepreneurs. So it's not going to be branded Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, I want to invest more time in my mortgage business. You guys know that I had a mortgage business years ago. I had that, was super successful until the crash of 2007, 2008. came back and I started my new mortgage business. It's more of a boutique business. And so I'm not targeting everybody. So my target market is entrepreneurs, athletes, entertainers, and real estate investors. So it's more of a boutique shop, and I'm doing great with it. I'm having a ball with it, and I want to be able to focus a little bit more on that. Also, guys, I'm looking or preparing to slow down and enjoy life a little bit. They say life is short, and that is a truism, guys. I've battled with some health issues over the last year. Praise God, everything is good, though. I just went to the funeral of my first cousin who was 54 years old. He happened to die from complications of a stroke. And I just, talking to people I grew up with and losing family members and also good friends throughout the years, I just want to make sure that I have time to enjoy my life and slow down. So my wife is talking about retiring in a couple of years, and I want to kind of be on the same page. I'm never going to totally retire. I'm always going to keep my hand in something. And the mortgage business is something where you can shuffle papers till you're 70 years old, and make a great living. So I definitely want to focus and set that up for longevity. Another thing, guys, I want more time to create actionable content for entrepreneurs. I always talk about impactful shows. Everything that I try to do, I want to be impactful. But what happens is I think that the most impact I can give, guys, is by creating actionable content, and that can include more time to produce live, in-person, and virtual events. So, for example, I'm looking to do a series of live entrepreneur boot camps. Not sure when I want to start, probably in 2026 throughout the country. Maybe do it 3 or 4 times a year where we bring together, and I'm not talking about some nonsense with people up there, and I'm not going to call out any names because I don't like doing that, but I'm not talking about bringing grifters up there and people that are up there selling BS and garbage and just trying to make a dime. I'm talking about real actionable content from entrepreneurs that are actually making money doing what they're talking about. Not these grifters out there that you see on Instagram telling you how to scam to fill out credit card applications, all kind of crap like that. If that's what you're looking for, BEB definitely is not for you. All right. So I want more time to create these and produce these live in-person events and virtual events, round tables, like I said, live trainings, workshops, and travel more and take it out to the people. All right. So behind the mic is a good thing. And I do interact with a lot of BEB family members through my coaching and consulting business. But to be more impactful, I need to be out there on the ground. So we're going to be looking to do more of that. And most importantly, guys, I want to help people change their lives. And the highest form or the highest way I can do that is with more personal interaction. And the content on the podcast is great. It's an overview. I can only go but so deep on the podcast. But if I'm able to create 3-day training programs or workshops where I'm actually holding your hand and taking you from point A to point B, solving problems, creating a business that's successful and sustainable, that is my goal and objective. And I don't exactly know where the podcast fits in. I don't know if I'm going to rebrand something under something other than Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. I have a ton of different domain names and things and ideas that I have, but I'm not exactly sure. But I'm probably going to cut down the length of the podcast, probably to maybe 20 to 25 minutes on each episode. I definitely want to increase the in-person touch points, be it with virtual workshops and also live trainings, and do things that are more impactful. So once again, guys, I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint will continue to exist in some form or fashion. I know for a podcast, if you don't publish and do a show every week, you might as well not do it. So I realize if I keep this format up, I'm going to have to continue to do shows. but I may break it up and do a roundtable every couple of weeks and just different things. So I don't exactly know what it's going to look like, but just stay with your boy right here and I'll figure it out, because I have to make it make sense for me and my lifestyle. I always talk about building your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. And I am in no way anywhere close to Oprah Winfrey, but she did her TV show for 25 years, and then she decided to transition into other things. And once again, as I mentioned in the opening, Ecclesiastes 3:1, they talk about to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there's a season to things, and I'm about to move into a new season with Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and also helping entrepreneurs, helping them elevate their entrepreneur IQ with actionable content. And I really want to focus on more actionable content as opposed to just giving you a high level view of things. I want to be able to get in deep and actually make that transformation, not just for my business, but that transformation for you guys, where you're actually able to go through and walk through, different processes and creating systems or procedures that is really going to change your business. That's going to generate more income. That's why I've been so big on lead generation over the last year, say year and a half on my shows, because everything, once you get qualified leads, guys, everything else is downhill. It's like rolling a snowball downhill once you learn how to systematically generate qualified, consistent leads. And people, for the life of me, don't focus on that. And it kills me, because that's the main thing that's stopping most businesses from, number one, staying in business, or number two, growing and scaling. And so these are the things that I really want to work on. So just bear with me for the next couple of months. I'm going to figure this thing out, how this iteration is going to work. Once again, it's BEB is not going away. It's just going to transform. Once again, probably with some different formats. Content may be a little shorter, and I want to focus on more live workshops, events, and trainings that are going to help you move the needle from point A to point B, continuing with actionable steps. All right, so I just wanted to share that with the BEB family. And another reason I wanted to share that is maybe you and your business might need a transformation also. So I want to talk about and give you about 5 reasons why transformation may be good for your business. And a lot of these apply to me. So let's go over these real quick. Number 1, staying competitive. So business transformation allows you guys and your company and your business to update and improve their operations, be it their technology, strategies, or whatever that's essential in keeping you up to date, guys, with the rapid pace of change in today's competitive landscape. So you might want to transform your business to stay competitive. And, it's funny because Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is a business, but it never started out to be a business about making money. It was all about helping Black entrepreneurs move from point A to point B. And as it continued to grow, it became a business because the BEB family, you guys asked me, hey, how can you help me do this? I hear you talking about e-commerce. I hear you talking about this or that. How can you help me get to that point? And that's when it kind of became a business. I never monetized the podcast for about 2.5 years because I wanted to, number one, I never did it for the money, but I wanted to see what people wanted and what they needed. So in terms of transforming your business, staying competitive is one reason, a major reason that you may need to transform your business, because there are competitors out there. And if you're not sticking or keeping up with your competitors, you're going to get left behind. Another reason you may want to transform your business is because you need enhanced efficiency and productivity. So if you learn how to streamline processes, automate repeating tasks. Of course, we have AI out there now that can help you automate and systematize your business. So you're looking to transform because you need enhanced efficiency and productivity. And these are going to help transform and keep you in business. Number 3, and this is why transformation may be good for your business, improved customer experience. So in a customer-centric era, when it's all about the customer, you need to focus on the customer's needs and their preferences and their wants through this transformation. And that can lead to development of new products, once again, and services. Now, this is something that I'm going through right now. Improved customer experience. I look at the numbers, right? And it's funny because I know in the summertime, my numbers usually drop on my downloads. In the fall and winter, they're the highest. But also, there's just a natural order of things. So, for example, I always use the example of musicians. You're never going to stay on top forever. I don't care if you're Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna, whoever. There's a rise. You go up, you hit this level, and then eventually you come down. Now, you may continue to have a little resurgence every now and then, like Mariah Carey did when she had the song We Belong Together. But you're not always on a consistent ride to the top. And even with the podcast, once again, I know there's seasonal fluctuation with my downloads, but if I don't improve my customer experience, I'm going to lose listeners. Now, it's funny because this isn't my main income source and I don't do it for the money. But what I do have to realize is that if I want to affect more people positively, I have to take into account the customer experience. So that's what I'm working on now. And one of the beauties of my situation is, like I said, I'm not doing this for the money. So I don't care. And not that I don't care, but if 10 people listen to each episode, that doesn't affect me. I'm going to stay true to my calling and true to what I want to do and true to trying to help the people I want to help. So it's not something that's going to affect me if there's no money behind it, because I never started this for money. But one of the reasons you may want to transform your business is for improved customer experience. That was number 3. Number 1 is staying competitive. 2 is enhanced efficiency and productivity. Number 3, we just went over, improved customer experience. Number 4, fostering innovation and agility. Fostering innovation and agility. Embracing transformation encourages a culture of innovation within a company, and it allows you to adapt quickly to new opportunities and stay ahead of the curve. And once again, I've been doing this for 11 plus years, 580 episodes, and it's time for a change. I did a makeover for the brand probably about in 2022. So with the new logo, the new intro music and all of that stuff. But I feel at this point in my life right now, I need to transform this BEB thing into something else. And as I mentioned earlier, not exactly sure what it's going to look like yet. Some people may like what the transformation looks like. Others may not. And I hope you just rock with me and give it a chance, whatever that may be. And number 5, a reason why you may want to transform your business, sustainable growth and long-term success. Sustainable growth and long-term success. So by adapting to changing market conditions and optimizing your operations, your business can future-proof itself against any disruptions and going out of business. So sustainable growth and long-term success. You need to adapt to the market. Now, once again, my perspective may be a little bit different because I'm not doing this for the money. But if you are obviously in business to make money, which we all are, right? But there's certain aspects that you don't really care if you make money because it's something that you're passionate about, something from the heart. And that's what the BEB podcast is all about. But once again, you need to be able to adapt and change. You see this in business all the time. I was reading an article. It's funny because Blockbuster Video, the old Blockbuster Video chain, had the opportunity to buy Netflix. I believe it was like for $1 or $2 million when they first came out. and they turned it down. And once again, Blockbuster didn't adapt, and guess what happened? They're no more. They're out of business. So streaming is everything. Netflix started the DVD rentals. Then it went from DVD rentals to streaming, and Netflix was able to make that transition. They were able to adapt to the changing marketplace. Okay. You look at the newspaper industry. Years ago, I was an advertising executive for Gannett, which was the publisher of USA Today and tons of local newspapers throughout the country. Now, newspapers they're still there physically, but they're damn near obsolete because everything has adapted to being online. And so if you don't have that agility to adapt and not just go with the market, but anticipate what's going to happen, then you're going to be in trouble. So transformation may be a good thing for your business. I know with BEB, it's going to be a good thing. And I'm looking forward to this transformation. And once again, guys, I always talked about building your business around your lifestyle. And that's literally what I'm doing right now with BEB. Like I said, I think I'm going to continue to do the weekly interaction. That interaction may be a little bit different. Every couple of weeks, it may be a round table. It may be this, it may be that. I definitely know I'm going to cut the episodes down in length. And I really want to focus on more live interactive workshops where I can get down with the grassroots to really help people transform their business, moving them from point A to B. And the highest form that I can do that with is with live in-person events and also live online trainings and workshops where there's interaction between me, Jay Jones, and the BEB family, where I'm helping you move from point A to point B. So not quite sure what it looks like. I even thought about just shutting down BEB and restarting something else. Not sure about that. I know one thing is I would like to expand my topics that I discuss. Entrepreneurship is obviously near and dear to my heart, but also social things that are going on in the world. I have a voice on a lot of that stuff. I have a different take on maybe some of the things that people are used to hearing. And so I was going to start a show called Critical Conversations with Jay Jones, and it was going to be more about social topics and things of that nature, but I didn't have the bandwidth. So I'm struggling right now with everything I'm trying to do now. So there's certain things that I have to pare down and focus. And one of the things, there's an acronym, FOCUS, follow one's course until success. And I just happen to be able to operate doing multiple things, which that actually keeps me alive. I'm not sure if everybody is like that, but I know even I have to slow down a little bit and focus. And so that's why in this transformation, I want more time to work on my book, which I think is going to be an amazing new book that's coming out. I have a new newsletter that's coming out for entrepreneurs. Not exactly sure what the title of that is going to be, but it's going to be specifically for entrepreneurs to help scale and grow businesses. I'll keep you guys abreast of that. Definitely, it's a free newsletter, so I'll let you guys know when that drops. Also, once again, I want to focus on my mortgage business. I do a lot of business, out in the Los Angeles area. So I'm bi-coastal. I'm on the East Coast, and then I'm out in LA and other areas. And there are other real estate and other projects that I want to be able to sink some of my time into. So just also trying to prepare to slow down a little bit within the next couple of years. And I'm looking forward to that, to enjoy the fruits of my labor, to be able to actually have true freedom. It's funny because that's really where I am right now. I do have a lot of freedom and flexibility, but with any business, nothing is totally passive. So you have to understand, and it doesn't fit into the way you're trying to live your lifestyle right now. And to be honest, a lot of stuff that I'm doing, I started cutting it down because I want that freedom and flexibility. And I tell you guys that the successful entrepreneur only does three things. They think, create, and execute. Think, create, and execute. I love thinking. That's the easiest thing to do. We all can do that. The creation aspect is a little harder. Creating your product, creating your service, creating your business, creating the space where you can operate in. And then the execution is the hardest thing. And so you have to be able to not just think, that's easy, not just create, which is a little harder, but to be able to execute, and that is the hardest thing. And what I've realized is I can't do a whole lot of things great. I can do a few things good, but I can't do a whole lot of things great. So that's why I'm paring things down, trying to continue to have impact. You know, I want to be an entrepreneur of impact, an impact entrepreneur. You know, that's what BEB is all about. The impact that I want to have on our community and helping you guys build successful, sustainable businesses that can actually change your life and your circumstances and the lives of your children and your children's children's children, and so on and so forth. You know, I talked about this, and I'm about to get ready to close real quick. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me give you my email contact or social media contact information and resource links. And then I want to close with something I think is very important and impactful. So anything long, family, and all of this can be found on the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. So anything long, guys, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Instagram, I have 2 IG accounts. The first one is J Jones for Real. That's JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. LinkedIn, you can find me at J Jones. Just type in J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. You'll find me in LinkedIn. Also, don't forget Twitter or X. You can connect with me there, JJones001, JAYJONES001, and YouTube. Make sure, guys, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. So just go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and hit that subscribe button. Now, for the last bit of the show, real quick, I talked about being impactful. And I told this story maybe once or twice on one of the 580 episodes that I've done. But one of my favorite uncles, my mother's sister's husband. So he wasn't an uncle by blood, but he was one of my favorite uncles. He passed away. He had bone marrow cancer, and he passed away years ago. I was actually in college, and I was talking to my aunt probably about 10, 15 years ago. She's like a second mom to me. She was like a second mom to me. And I said, Auntie, I hope you don't mind me asking, but I said, what was the last thing that Uncle Warren said to you? And she said his last words to her were, did I contribute? Did I contribute? And he said it twice, and then he transitioned. And I said, my God, I said, this man is on his deathbed, and all he wanted to know was, did he contribute to society? Did the people that he came in contact with, did he make things better for them? And that was so profound to me. It was selfless. And I always remembered that. Did I contribute? And when I do the BEB show, I want to be impactful. I've gotten so many private DMs and messages that I'm just in awe of some of the things that people have said to me, that I was a positive influence and impactful in their journey, in their lives. So that in itself is a blessing to be able to do that. And I know in this next iteration of whatever this may become, that is my focus, to be super impactful as an entrepreneur, to help people live better lives, to help move them from point A to point B and put them in better situations. And just like my uncle said, to contribute. Did I contribute? Now, I say this each and every week, guys, because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the website. Make sure you take advantage of the website. Free resources there, guys. The whole ecosystem, the online courses, everything designed to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.